Hold up. You thought Cardi B was finally settling into a drama-free romance? Yeah, me too. But plot twist. The universe said absolutely not, and now her new man Stefon Diggs is caught up in a lawsuit messier than your ex's Instagram stories after a breakup. We're talking assault allegations, countersuit drama, and enough legal paperwork to make even the best lawyers break out in hives. If you thought football was intense, wait until you hear about the off-field tackles happening in Stefon Diggs' personal life. So before we dive into this absolute chaos, do yourself a favor and smash that subscribe button and hit that notification bell, because Celebrity Treadmill is about to serve you the tea so hot it might actually burn your tongue. Let's get into it. Okay, so imagine you're Cardi B, right? You've just come out one of the most publicized, most exhausting, most will-they-won't-they relationships in hip-hop history with Offset. You've dealt with cheating scandals, public apologies, breakups, makeups, and enough drama to fill a Netflix limited series. You finally call it quits for real this time. You're focused on yourself, your kids, your career, and then boom, you start dating Stefon Diggs, the NFL wide receiver who's got skills on the field and apparently thought he could dodge drama off the field too. Spoiler alert, he cannot. Because just when things seem to be looking up for Cardi's love life, news breaks that Stefon is being sued by his ex-girlfriend Mulan Hernandez, and not just for any random reason, but for allegedly assaulting her and trying to keep her quiet about it. Yeah, we're not talking about a petty argument over who gets the Netflix password. We're talking serious allegations that have lawyers, publicists, and probably Cardi herself going into full crisis mode. Now, let me introduce you to the woman at the center of this legal tornado, Mulan Hernandez. If that name sounds familiar, it's because she's not exactly new to the reality TV game. Mulan was on Basketball Wives Orlando, which means she knows a thing or two about drama, cameras, and making headlines. But this isn't manufactured reality TV drama where producers orchestrate confrontations for ratings. This is real life, real lawsuits, and real allegations that could have serious consequences for everyone involved. According to court documents that Page Six got their hands on, and bless them for doing the investigative work. So we don't have to, Mulan filed a countersuit against Stefon in April of this year. But here's where it gets spicy, because Stefon actually sued her first back in February, claiming that she was the one who assaulted him during their brief relationship in 2024. So we got lawsuits flying back and forth like a legal ping pong match. And honestly, it's getting harder to keep track of who's suing who and for what. Let's break down the timeline here, because context is everything. And this situation has more layers than your aunt's 7-layer dip at Thanksgiving. Stefon Diggs and Mulan Hernandez dated briefly in 2024. And when I say briefly, I mean blink and you missed it briefly. This wasn't some long-term committed relationship where they were planning their future and picking out baby names. This was a short-lived romance that apparently went south faster than a Tesla in ludicrous mode. According to Stefon's initial lawsuit filed in February, he claimed that Mulan assaulted him during their time together. Now, we don't have all the specific details of what allegedly happened because legal documents can be vague and lawyers love keeping some cards close to their chest. But the accusation was serious enough that Stefon felt the need to take legal action. He basically said, nope, this is not okay, and I'm going to court about it. But Mulan wasn't about to just sit back and let those allegations stand without a fight. In April, she clapped back with her own countersuit, and this is where things get really interesting. She denied Stefon's allegations completely, saying essentially that's not what happened, and actually, you've got it backward, buddy, in her Houston-based filing. And yes, we're talking Texas courts, which means everything's bigger, including apparently the drama. Mulan claimed that Stefon was the one who was physically aggressive during their relationship. She's saying he assaulted her, and not only that, but he allegedly tried to silence her about it. Now that is a serious accusation, because attempting to silence someone about abuse allegations adds a whole other layer of problematic behavior to the situation. It suggests intimidation, manipulation, and an attempt to control the narrative before it even gets out. If true, that's not just assault. That's assault plus a cover-up attempt. And that's the kind of thing that can tank someone's reputation and career faster than you can say public relations nightmare. So now we got two completely contradictory stories. Stefon says Mulan assaulted him. Mulan says Stefon assaulted her and tried to keep her quiet. Both have filed lawsuits. Both are presumably lawyered up with legal teams that cost more per hour than most people make in a week. And somewhere in the middle of all this is a truth, which unfortunately we as a public might not fully know until this thing goes to trial or settles out of court. But here's what we do know. These allegations are serious. They're not going away quietly, and everyone involved is about to have their personal lives dissected by lawyers, the media, and millions of people on social media who have suddenly become legal experts after watching 3 episodes of Law & Order. Now, let's talk about the Cardi B factor in all of this because she's not directly involved in a lawsuit, but her name is attached to this story whether she likes it or not. Cardi and Stefon reportedly started dating sometime after her final split from Offset, and by all accounts, things seem to be going well. She'd been spotted supporting him. They'd been seen together. And it looked like maybe, just maybe, Cardi had found someone who wasn't going to put her through the emotional roller coaster she'd been on for years. But now this lawsuit drops, and suddenly Cardi's probably asking herself questions like, did I do enough background research? How did I not see this coming? And why does the universe keep testing me like I'm the main character in some cosmic drama series? Because let's be real, Cardi has been through enough relationship drama to last several lifetimes, and the fact that her new man is now embroiled in assault allegations with an ex has got to be triggering some serious alarm bells. The thing about dating the public eye, especially when you're someone as famous as Cardi B, is that your partner's baggage becomes your baggage whether you want it to or not. Every headline about Stefon now mentions Cardi. Every article discussing the lawsuit brings up their relationship. She can't escape it even if she wanted to, and knowing Cardi, she's probably got some very strong feelings about this whole situation that she's either venting to her close circle or possibly saving for a future track, because that's how she processes things. But here's the tough position Cardi's in. If she stands by Stefon, she risks backlash from people who believe Mulan's allegations and think Cardi should know better than to support someone accused of assault. If she distances herself from Stefon, people will say she abandoned him without knowing the full story and didn't give him the benefit of the doubt. It's a no-win situation, and honestly, that's the curse of being a celebrity in a relationship with another celebrity or public figure. Your personal life becomes public property, and everyone's got an opinion on what you should do. Let's also talk about the broader implications of this case, because it's not just about Stefon and Mulan. This situation touches on some really important issues that society is still grappling with. We're talking about domestic violence allegations. She said situations, the challenges of proving assault claims, and the way gender plays into how we perceive these accusations. When a woman accuses a man of assault, there's often skepticism, victim blaming, and demands for proof that wouldn't be required in other types of accusations. When a man accuses a woman of assault, there's often disbelief because society still struggles with acknowledging that men can be victims of domestic violence too. Both scenarios are problematic, and both make it harder for real victims to come forward and be believed. In this case, we have conflicting accusations, which makes it even more complicated. Somebody's not telling the truth, or maybe both parties experience a relationship differently, or maybe there's a gray area that neither lawsuit fully captures. The point is, we don't know, and until there's more evidence presented in court, we're all just speculating. What makes this case particularly messy is the timing and the public nature of it. These lawsuits weren't filed quietly under the radar. They're public record, which means anyone can access them, read them, and form opinions based on partial information. Media outlets are covering every development. Social media is dissecting every detail, and both Stefon and Mulan are having their lives examined under a microscope. For Stefon, this comes at a time when his relationship with Cardi B is putting him in an even brighter spotlight than he already had as an NFL player. For Mulan, coming forward with these allegations means facing scrutiny, judgment, and the inevitable backlash that comes with accusing a famous athlete of assault. Neither position is enviable, and regardless of how this plays out, both of their reputations are going to take a hit. The legal process here is going to be long, expensive, and exhausting for everyone involved. Both sides will present evidence, call witnesses, and try to prove their version of events. There will be depositions, discovery, motions, and all the fun legal procedures that make court cases drag on for months or even years. And throughout all of it, Cardi B is going to be watching from the sidelines, probably wondering how her attempt at finding new love turned into a front row seat to a legal battle she never asked to be associated with. The media is going to keep asking her about it. Fans are going to keep commenting on it. And she's going to have to decide how much she wants to say publicly versus how much she wants to keep private, which is a balance she's never been great at because Cardi's whole brand is keeping it real and speaking her mind. Thanks so much for watching Celebrity Treadmill. We'll catch you in the next one.